Ain't nothing but a heartache. Ain't nothing
but
but a
I don't remember the words. I'm
mistake.
sorry.
Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want to play games. Chris, I can feel the cringe.
Oh
You
yeah,
hate
I'm so sorry. I forgot that you hate it. My bad. Whoopsie.
it. It's all good. I'm gonna go with this one actually.
This concerns me.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Stormy Dragon Tavern. We are here to play the adventures of the Gloved Molotov crew using the Stars Without Number system. I am very excited to be able to play, and I'm just going to jump right on in because we're running a little bit late. So, let's go! The party are making their way across
Downtown.
space, flying fast with the company of a big ship called the Blossom. They are taking. They are flying with the Blossom to a system that contains the uninhabited planet called Nolasco. It was the best option within range for the Blossom to, pardon me, to harvest the required fuel from its sun. Unfortunately, that requires taking a pretty decent chunk out of the sun, and would potentially have an impact on adjacent planets. Fortunately, or rather at the time fortunately, the party thought, oh, this planet's not abandoned. No, this planet is abandoned, so it should be fine. Of course, as soon as they arrive in system, they get hailed. Now, the party have to figure out what they're going to do about that and why people are hailing them. But this music is a little bit too silly for that, so we're going to cue the Starship Bridge. So, you have dropped into system a little bit off target. You get some telemetry data from Nucleus indicating that they were hoping to land almost directly next to the star, but because their navigational data is a bit off, they are kind of in between the star and the planet. So Nucleus doesn't have time or energy to waste discussing politics, and is intending to break off immediately and get to the star as quickly as possible to make sure that the ship doesn't lose power. They're still going to wait for your go-ahead before harvesting fuel, but want to get in position as soon as possible just in case. So before you get a chance to answer the hail, the Blossom disconnects and is really, really quickly just trying to get in position. But your phone is ringing, and the hail is coming from the planet of Nolasco.
Mind if I get that?
I have no idea where I am.
I'm gonna take us
By all means.
over to the map, because you're here now.
Mind if I answer that?
By all means.
Pick it up and flick the video transponder onto my face.
Okay. Now I've been looking forward to this one. I'm gonna give it a shot, but I reserve the right to bail if it gets too difficult for me.
Fair enough.
You see on the other side, there's like a late 40s, early 50s looking woman. Her face is beginning to show signs of age. She has like more bags under her eyes. Her mostly white hair is pulled back tightly into a bun, and there's a thin, slender vape hanging out of the corner of her mouth. She says, "Oh, Pet? What you doing in the system? That's a mighty big ship you got there. It's awfully impressive.
Just hang up. No one was here. The system's
Just get
empty.
off your leave.
The system's empty. No one knows they're here. No one will know what crimes we've committed.
The system is devoid of intelligent life forms.
Wow. Although I feel like that's how Jin feels
Potentially.
about a lot of things.
I'm just gonna pause for a moment and then go,
No, it's fine. Look, we're just having a refueling stop. We need to, basically get some energy going. As a curiosity, what's the tech level of the planet down there? We're looking here. We're supposed to be uninhabited on our star charts.
Oh my god, it's taken me a bit for the whole face situation to load. You have quite a kisser, don't you, love?
I mean, that's a touch rude.
Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't my intention to be insensitive.
No, it's fine. Anyway, what's the deal planet side?
Okay, so funny story actually. We are part of a research station. We've been sent over by Goodild. They wanted to see if this planet were worth colonizing, so sent us over. We're having a look-see, figuring out why the planet was abandoned in the first place. We've been here for a bit. Turns out to be a pretty complicated topic. So not many of us here. We're just doing a bit of research, all right?
Yes, that's fine. But again, how many of you are there? And curiosity, what is the complicated topic?
Why the planet was abandoned in the first place. It's pretty odd. There's entire cities down here, look pretty much intact, but for some reason, there's nobody here. No bodies, no little piles of dust with clothes around them, you know.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do have somewhat of an idea.
Oh? Well, I'm all
Yeah.
ears. I'm very curious about that, Mr. Spaceman.
Well, you see, this is kind of... You see that sun over there?
It's pretty hard to
No.
miss.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this is battery storage for the ship we're traveling. It's alien in nature. We're traveling it to research it. But we unfortunately have no control over it. I think there's a strong chance that it's going to consume most of the sun's energy.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, look, it'll probably be fine. It's not going to cause any gravitational upsets. I mean, the rift will still stay there. But
What
it's
do you
going
mean,
to get...
fine? I'm crunching the numbers, and I'm pretty sure this planet needs heat to be habitable.
Yeah, that's true. So, as an aside, what are your emergency evacuation procedures?
I'm just gonna cut you off right there, mate. That's not really much of a just an aside conversation. That seems like to be the primary thing we're discussing here. Also, could you not harvest the sun? We want to live here one day, eh?
As I said, it's not exactly my choice. The ship we're following is not under our control. It is just doing what it does. It seems entirely automated.
Well, you came into system connected to one another, so forgive me if I'm not entirely convinced. I'm gonna give them an ale myself, eh, and see if they have anything more interesting to say on the topic, alright? I'll put
Yes.
you on hold for just a spell.
not a problem. The moment she puts me on hold, I'm going to patch through to the Blossom.
Is everybody enjoying this character?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
the-
Please.
I'm enjoying this
I'm surprised you
war
said
crimes we're about to
researchers.
commit.
The-
Humanitarian crimes.
The
I'm
moment
surprised it said researchers because I thought they were butchers, considering what they've just done to the language.
Mikhail, you're from England too. You should be able to appreciate this.
the
I
moment
do appreciate it, but on the same token, I left for a reason.
Wow.
the moment I'm going to get given a chance, I'm going to patch through to the Blossom and hopefully beat her there.
Okay. Well, th-
She sounds like she's straight out of Milton Keynes. Fuck's sakes.
I'm basically going to send an immediate message to the
Okay.
Blossom, to the supercomputer, just saying reject all incoming calls for the moment, please.
okay. You get a response which says, too late, but I have placed them on hold.
I suppose that's acceptable.
Could you imagine what the weird, nonsensical alien space hold music would be?
What is it, like dial-up internet?
I can imagine
Oh,
it's something like random creatures, gotta catch 'em all.
I'm going to mute. I'm going to
Yeah.
mute myself for 2 seconds and quickly turn to Lockie and go,
Lucky, what says we get them off the planet before we destroy it?
If you think we can convince them to give it up, but if they're looking to colonize here, that's going to be...
All right, let me continue with the diplomacy route for the moment. We go loud
Well, they
if we
ain't gonna-
need to.
They ain't gonna colonize if they can't.
Before you reconnect, Lockie's just going to turn to the others and be like, that was diplomacy?
hey, it's diplomacy. He's just lying.
Diplomacy. I was going to say,
more like-
diplomacy. Yeah, you're going to have to leave because we're going to take the planet, sorry.
You're gonna have to leave because we're
Where? No.
no, we're gonna destroy your son.
When?
Oh yeah.
Hey, I said it's not under our control and we're not doing it. We're following an alien ship.
I know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so are you opening comms up to the Blossom or to this delightful young lady?
I'll open comms back to her and wait
Okay.
for a response.
Oh my God! It's Mr. Spaceman. Would you believe the kind of beautiful old music this alien vessel's got? Sounds like me doing a piano warm up while I'm holding my face 2 inches from the fan. Beautiful.
I'm going to act slightly annoyed now and go,
Yeah, I know. Every time we try to get information out of the bloody thing to help our research, it cuts us off and puts us on hold.
Really? That sounds pretty bothersome if I'm completely honest with you, mate.
Yeah, look, the point is you're not going to get much out of it. Look, we're at a bit of an impasse because I can't really stop the thing, and it's going to do what it does.
and I'll quickly send another message to the Blossom and just say, take 3% of the sun's power.
The ship's not there yet.
Yep. I'll just send them that message and just say,
Okay.
only 3%, no more. Just send a message.
Okay. Lockie, you get that message basically sent back to you with the additional comment of, shall I comply, Captain?
Is it capable of just taking a small percent, or is it like once it starts, it starts?
You aren't entirely sure. You just know that
Shit.
Nucleus seemed sufficiently confident that it would impact the surrounding life that they saw fit to warn you about it.
I will reply back with hold for the moment.
Nucleus replies to Jin and says, following orders.
I just glance up and nod and put a thumbs up to Lockie. Because, I mean, no. Jin, I think, is smart enough to have caught on, recognized if he gave an order to Blossom, Blossom's not going to see it as an order and is going to ask Lockie anyway. So whatever the sake is that Lockie has decided upon, he doesn't give a shit. Jin's put out something that could give him leverage and pressure, but if it doesn't, it doesn't.
I'm hoping we can reach an agreement before we have to strong arm.
Okay, so
Look,
yeah, go.
look, I do just kind of need to know how many people you have down there. I'm kind of fearful for your guys' safety. We can try and get you off planet sooner rather than later, but this is kind of going to end up a bad situation otherwise.
You don't need to be that concerned, Pet. We have our own ships. We came here under our own volition, you know, and we can leave whenever we fancy.
I mean, that's fair enough. I would suggest you start doing it sooner rather than later then.
I hate them. I hate them so much.
Well, we got a fair bit of research still to go on. Might get touch dippy, but you know what? Godhill's pretty cold as well. I'm gonna stick it out for now and see if it gets too uncomfortable.
Right, that's foolish, but I respect your right to make your own decisions. As an aside, I would be interested in seeing some of that research if you don't mind.
Interesting. What affiliation do you have with my organization? Because I may not be able to comply.
Sorry, with organizations?
Yes, organizations. I'm here on a research mission from Godhild.
I blink twice and look at the monitor again and just say,
You see my face, right?
Yes, I have. You're mighty ugly. But I say that in a very polite way.
Right, I'm going to say this in a very polite way. I don't exactly associate with many, primate-based species.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, as a result, I
I'm
wouldn't
a
say
primate.
Perhaps. But as a result, I don't really have an association with anyone.
What do you mean, perhaps? I'm definitely a primate. I've seen the blood tests.
I raise an eyebrow very slowly.
Why are you so confused? Is that an eyebrow you're cocking? It doesn't look anything like one.
I was about to ask, does he even have eyebrows?
No, he doesn't. Instead, yeah, I don't know.
He quickly grabs a
exactly.
text and draws it on.
He squints slightly, I would say is more
Okay.
accurate.
That makes more sense.
I'm just gonna.
All right. Look, out of curiosity, the research you're going into, do you know of anything in particular what actually caused the danger? Because, I mean, look, here I am, an alien in the middle of outer space that I'm sure you have no research on, and I'm sure you don't have in your databases. Is that correct?
No. We're not here to research aliens, we're here to research what happened to the human life.
Right. Well, the thing is that I think there's a strong chance that this civilization went down the same time as mine did.
How old is your civilization?
I'm going to state the age because I can't remember. It's about 2,000 years, isn't it?
Well, you aren't entirely sure.
Oh, okay.
Look, I'm not entirely sure. What happened is I know majority of my species, the Jinn, are extinct, and I, due to a series of mess-ups, got locked in a stasis pod on my ship. So they're extinct, at least.
How long for, do you reckon? Because, you know, humans have only been up traveling back the stars for about 1,200 years, honestly.
It was definitely longer than that. Other humans I've spoken to have said it's pre-scream, whatever the hell that means.
Ah, yes. Now you see, the scream, a wonderfully terrifying phenomenon.
Yeah,
There was
I
this random
get
point
it.
out in space, big ol' screaming effect killed all the psychics. Lots of technology was reliant upon the psychics, you know. She just begins talking and talking and talking about the scream. She goes into way too much detail.
I'm going to just text a quick message to Lockie and just say, can you ask the Blossom what exactly the negative effects are going to be and maybe reconsider your belaying that order?
She's the only person you've spoken to, and you're like, nah, she can die. They can all die.
fuck 'em. Fuck 'em.
That said,
I'm going to
assume-
reply back to Jen with, I think we found Charles a wife.
I'm just gonna send back 3 laughing emojis and turn off my phone, try to keep a straight face.
That got his camera on.
I'll say heavily and just go. I'll
My
just cut it.
love, come and give me a kiss and a cuddle. I'll make you some Scottish pie tea.
I'm just going to cut her off briefly and say,
Yes, this is all wonderful. I assume you're a comms technician, is that correct? Can you patch me through to someone with a little bit more decision-making power now?
I beg your pardon. We're having a conversation here, love. You really don't need to jump the gun, all right?
I'm actually going to pressure now, and I'm happy to make this a diplomacy role at this
Okay.
point because I'm actually pressuring. I'm going to turn around and say,
Yeah, look, but we're kind of depending on us cooperating quickly and efficiently for your survival.
I will
So,
also forward that information to, the question to Nucleus.
so I really kind of need to know right now who's in charge.
Just quickly, what was the question again that's being sent to Nucleus?
what exactly the negative effects are of the order that was belayed. And
The response you get from Nucleus is pretty quick. It is unpredictable orbital degeneration, loss of heat yield.
more just how quickly does the planet become fatal?
Unclear.
Okay.
Nucleus isn't certain, but it's bad enough because like the way Nucleus thinks is on an ecological scale, and so from the perspective of viewing Nolasco as a habitat, they see what they're doing as rendering it a non-viable habitat for human life.
Yeah, it would effectively be, it wouldn't instantaneously destroy it, but it pretty much dooms the planet to be destroyed over a period of time.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So you were pressuring her.
Yep. So I'm basically just going,
Look, the reality is you seem like a lovely lady, but I really just don't give two shits about your opinion. Either you put me
I
through...
think you're lovely as well. Do you want to come down to the planet and see me? I've been awfully lonely here up in this tower. No one comes to see me.
The thing is that you need to patch me through to your superior right this fucking second. Otherwise, unfortunately, your safety is at risk and I can't stop it.
You know, love, I would. I really, honestly, truly, deeply would. But he stopped answering my calls. Something about me being annoying.
Right.
I'm going to say, I'm just going to cut off and just say,
Hey, Pim,
our communication suite, is it strong enough to ping other places on the planet?
So you were connected to by a phone, like by some kind of a comms array on that planet. If you had, like, if you had the phone number of anybody else on that planet, you could just call them directly because you are in the same system as them.
Oh, okay. I would know that as a diplomat, and I wouldn't have hung up on her. I'd just say,
all right, give me his number then.
It's an interesting notion. Using a different number. I didn't think of that. One sec, I'll see if I can spoof a number. If I can spoof a number on my end and pretend to be somebody else in the system.
I'd start tapping a finger on the screen and just growl, now! And this time I'm like pulling all of like deep gin rage, foaming at the mouth alienness.
I mean, what are you going for here, mate? You're trying to scare me. You've already come in and said, "Oh no, the fate of life on the planet's doomed because big ship's gonna ruin sun." But I'm not scared of that, so I'm not scared of you.
Why?
This is...
It's like she's speaking words of some kind.
I just... I don't... Please give me the number, and I will patch myself through.
I suppose, might be worth a shot as well. I'm gonna try your plan though, because it sounds awfully hilarious. I can call him from 10 numbers at once. Be like April Fools.
How about you don't screw up your comms that your safety is dependent on until after we leave?
That's fine, it'll be hilarious. One sec. She sends through a contact number for you.
Can
Right,
someone please shoot one of the speakers?
I immediately ring that number and shut off all connections to her and block the number.
Okay.
Whoever this person is sounds like they've got a permanent cold. I swear to God.
I'm fighting really hard here, Lockie.
I'm just glad you're the one who's doing diplomacy, not me.
You can see there's like a trickle of black oil running down his face again.
Well, it's fine. We should be able to convince them to leave. After all, we've discovered several things since their technology. You know, like fire and the wheel.
Wow.
Do I know anything about this planet they're supposedly from?
The planet Gunhild?
Yeah.
Roll me, Culture Spacer.
I certainly don't, which is why I didn't bother trying to.
That'd be intelligence, yeah?
Intelligence or Wisdom.
I'll go with wisdom.
Okay.
So where's Catalina in all of this? Because she was
you
mildly
ca-
hibernating last session.
If you want, actually, I will adjust this back to the other map, but if you want, you can be wherever you want to be.
I'd just say that she was like catching up with Ani and crafting things in the workshop with her dad and Ivan.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's easy
what?
enough.
I got an 8.
8? Okay. Gunhild is another planet that was populated by people from
The
the United Kingdom. It is a frozen planet that's main redeeming feature is it's very, very rich in ore.
Right.
It happens to be the home of a company you have had some dealings with, the Certis Partnership.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
They are the people who are currently bankrolling the repairs on your ship. Your contact with the Certis Partnership is a man called Anton.
Yep.
And it seems like this is a research expedition sent by the Certis Partnership to investigate the viability of Nolasco for being recolonized.
On that note, we were still waiting from news from Anton.
You were?
Did
I
we
still-
ever get it?
No, you didn't.
No,
I
because
do-
we were in other places.
I do not know any of this, so I'm just going to continue pushing the point with whoever I can get on the line.
Any identifying, like, mark on their, like, compad or anything that says that they were from the Certis Partnership?
That would
recognize.
that would require a computer roll.
I mean, you can just ask me and I can tell you.
Got it. Not terrible at computers, I don't think.
Yes, you are.
Or are you?
Is that with what?
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
I got a base 7.
Okay.
I rolled an 8 and I've got a -1 in computers.
It looks like they're probably using the a comms tower on the planet, so it's not tethered to any individual devices, and was probably reactivated when they landed to get a stronger connection across the planet. So you don't know.
Awesome. I'll leave it for now until I know they're from where they're from.
Okay.
Because yeah. What I am going to do is I'm going to start doing calculations on about how much of the sun we could take away without completely demolishing the gravity well of this system.
Okay, go for it. Jin, you are calling the number that you were sent.
I'm going to wait for a response for about 20 seconds before I start formulating a hack to force
Okay.
a new connection.
You get a response almost immediately.
Hello.
Oh, hello! I gave you wrong number, didn't I? I gave you one of them numbers I was fabricating to prank the boss.
I immediately perform a hack. I'm just going to try and rip as much information out of their comm systems as possible to see who is actually callable.
Okay. Go for it. Make me a computers roll.
That's double fives.
Okay. Solid. You immediately punch through and you hear her go, whoa, 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 what? And the connection gets all weird and fuzzy as you brute force your way past a lot of the comms connection, and you
Yep.
get access to basically a call log.
Okay, I'm going to take that call log into our memory, and because that's a 13, I assume I've basically got access now. I'm going to immediately brick that comms tower as quickly as possible.
Oh.
Yep, just turn it offline.
That
Okay.
seems a bit rude.
Yep, and then I'm going to call the actual number.
On behalf of the universe, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. You make a call through to a number. So you've got various numbers on this list. So what kind of number are you searching for on the list? Just any of them besides her?
A high position of power.
Okay.
If I don't have anything but the call logs, I'll have to just guess, so
Yeah.
I'll just
Yeah.
mentally roll a dice.
Yeah, you just have call logs, unfortunately. So you've got names and numbers, but there's no like rank.
Yep. In that
listed.
case, I will pick the ones that are incoming to the tower. So someone's actually calling her, because I would assume that the only people willing to deal with her is someone who has to deal with her, which probably means a direct superior.
Okay.
You're running off the assumption they don't all sound like that.
It's worth a test. Bear with me, Pim.
That was Mikhail.
Hello?
Hello, my name's Jin.
To whom? Oh, Jin. What? Why am I being contacted?
Right, there's unfortunately a bit of a diplomatic incident that is about to occur, probably because of your idiot in the comms tower. But
Oh, Emma. She is a delight, isn't she?
I just pause for a moment and go,
lovely.
This guy's clearly on drugs.
I can listen to her speak for hours. So many wonderful
That's-
stories.
Clearly,
That
Dope
said-
Hack has gotten a hold of this planet and made them dumb. We're going to nuke from orbit.
That said, I need to talk to a position of probably your most highest importance immediately, as it's probably in relation to your safety.
Well, I'm currently off shift at the moment.
I'm saying within the next 30 minutes, you patch me through to someone and maybe I can prevent you all dying. Move.
Just a moment. Yes. That'll do. And the call gets forwarded to somebody else.
I'm not liking where this is going already.
Jin is getting. You can see that Jin is like getting increasingly aggravated in the
Mhm.
chair. It's like
It's
fucking humans. It's just so much easier when you just connect mentally and trade information immediately.
I've got a question. So, you guys arrived in system and are kind of like holding position. in
We
space,
are.
or are you planning on moving closer to or further away from the planet?
I would have said move closer to the planet because I need
Yeah.
to double check its like biosphere.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll move closer, leaving Nucleus to continue on. We have the instruction to hold for the moment. Do not just
Okay.
sucky the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Just yet. Just yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you are getting ever closer. Unfortunately, I have to pee really bad, so I'm gonna be right back, okay? And remember, I can still hear you.
Zoe, I'm just sitting there at the desk, tapping my finger on the desk, increasingly irritated, and just, Lockie, I swear we're not getting rid of any intelligent life so far.
I'm finding it harder and harder to disagree with you.
Look, I'm trying to be good, but I mean, honestly, they're not making it fucking easy for me.
To be fair, if we do go ahead with this, they won't be able to colonize. Assuming they're smart enough to work out that the planet won't be livable shortly.
I mean, yes, they're not going to be colonizable, but I mean, it's just fucking expansion. It's not like they're running from something. Or are they running from something? Hang on.
I'm going to check the logs and see that it's Certus Party and go,
Anyone know who these dudes are?
We've had some run-ins with them.
oh, wait, hang on.
just got-
Rory didn't make clear that it was Certus
Zoe.
Party. So Zoe didn't make clear that it was Certus Party, so I will hold off that for a tick, because that may not be information I have. So I'll hold on that.
But look, Kim, do you think you can patch through to that comms tower maybe? Oh, wait, I bricked it. I thought maybe a taste of own medicine might be fun.
What exactly are you asking me to do?
Oh, I was just asking you if you wanted to annoy the shit out of her.
I need permission from the captain.
Point taken.
Permission from the captain.
Captain, can I annoy them, please? May I have your permission to annoy them?
Annoying them's not a good idea. We want to try and do this peacefully.
Alright, I'll maintain peaceful for the moment, but I swear to God, if they put me onto another useless son of a bitch, I'm going nuclear.
Thank you, Alice.
No problems. So with all this happening, Catalina is going to be reminded of Anton, and is going to start checking her messages from any communication from him.
We haven't confirmed that it's Certus Party yet.
Grimhild, well,
Gunhild, yes.
Glenhild?
Gunhild.
Gunhild.
Okay, Gunhild.
Gunnhild.
She didn't tell us they were Certus Party.
No, but if we know they're from Gunhild, we can make the assumption.
Oh, okay.
It
That's
might
fair.
enough to just remind her of Anton, at the very least. If that's okay by
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, that's all good. And I feel like if nothing else, I think Catalina would probably be like in her room with Arnie, being like, "I'm just gonna listen in on these conversations. That seems interesting." Okay. You do not see any immediate calls in your log from Anton.
No messages, no communication, nothing?
No.
Okay.
He did.
She'll write a mental note in her metaphorical brain pad, and
That he's a dirty traitor.
possibly we did send him to go find Pretech for us, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You did.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
that could be this planet for all we know.
That planet was on the
No.
other
It was near
side of the
Kupius.
sector.
For option 2, we sent him into a death
Where's
trap.
my
Hey,
goddamn
didn't I send
elixir,
him-
Bruce?
Didn't I send him to the same system that technically my father is in right now? Because I sent them to the system that I recognized had a Stargate.
Yes, you did.
Hey, I sent them before I knew that my dad was there, so...
There is a chance that we just sent him into a death trap, and we're not going to hear back from Anton no matter what.
Oh no, what a shame.
Shame.
Elfdus wouldn't attack unless they were provoked.
Not
How dare
Elfdus,
it's
but
a
whatever
fool.
else is causing problems for Elfdus.
There's not a lot causing problems for Optus. There's one planet in the system that can cause problems for Optus.
Yes,
It's
they're
fair.
delightful.
No, they're not. They're terrible people.
How do you know?
That's the joke.
That's the joke, Pat. It's so funny. I love this accent, by the way. It makes everybody giggle.
Was that Mikhail?
If I
Physically.
die, tell Zoe she's annoying.
Wow, so rude.
Wow, poor Zoe.
Proud of you.
She's living off this. She lives from my irritation.
Anyway, I need
It
to actually.
sustains her.
I need to generate a name for the person you're calling because I haven't got one.
Yep.
Ooh. That's a. Is that a one for the bingo board?
For the
Indeed.
bingo.
I don't have it open anymore.
For the bigger bird. I'm gonna also roll for gender. Oh, female, cool. 27. Ooh, that's a nice name. It's always fun getting to roll on the English table. 100! Oh, heck yeah. You so rarely get to
Damn.
roll 100 on a D100.
Mhm.
Mm.
That's a nice roll right there.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't think I've
Jen.
ever rolled 100 on a roll for 2d10s.
I think I have a few times, but I've rolled them a lot for like playing the faction turns in the background.
That makes sense.
So, Jen,
Mhm.
you are on hold for a little bit, but then the call gets picked up, and the person speaking says, "Hello, this is Commander Claire Young. To whom am I speaking?"
My name is Jin. I assume you have some degree of control over this ridiculous operation.
Tell him what you really think.
Your tone is noted. How may I be of assistance?
Right,
Mr. Jin?
apologies for your tone. The tone is directed at your comms officer in the tower. You should fire them. As an aside, I've been trying to patch through to someone in control immediately because there is an existential threat to this planet and possibly your life in the next half hour unless you listen to me relatively quickly.
Has it got something to do with that rather large vessel encroaching ever closer on the system star?
That would be it. We can't exactly stop it, and it's probably... Look, we're researchers who have been tailing that vessel for a while. It looks like it's running out of fuel, and our guess is, and we have seen this before, it's probably 20 seconds away from draining that sun of all of its energy in order to fuel its next jump.
My goodness. How on earth can a vessel that advanced be that inefficient?
Yeah, I know, it's interesting, isn't it? But that said, we can't actually stop it, and I'm pretty sure it's... Look, I'm sure you can guess what happens when a sun suddenly blips out of existence near a planet.
I can,
Only
as a
good
matter of fact.
things.
Right, excellent. So you sort of understand the situation you're in?
I am aware of the stakes. Yes, we have been attempting to hail this vessel, but
Right.
some rather intriguing sounds have been returning to us. I have sent it to our team's linguists, but
It's not, it's actually just music. We've tried translating this over 1,000 times. Every time we ask it for information, it responds briefly and then sends back music. I do not...
And I'm just going to act incredibly exasperated.
It looks like the ship is entirely automated. There's no one on board, and the bloody thing makes music.
oh my goodness. Well, Maybe our last option then will be to...
Please call an evacuation immediately, like when this thing powers up. Yes, and we've tried to board it. When we went on last time, there was... How many casualties was there, Lockie?
16.
my lord! Pick number 3!
16, and that was out of a crew of 18.
What exactly did you face on that vessel?
Pre-tech, lots of it, heavily armored. Whatever it is, it's automated and it's nasty.
Interesting.
The point is, we've been following it, trying to research if that pre-tech would be of any use to, I don't know, a whole bunch of civilizations in this sector and maybe improving the lives of tons of people. Unfortunately, though, it is about to wipe out the existence of the sun next to the planet you're currently on. And unless you evacuate probably pretty quickly, that planet's going to become uninhabitable pretty fast.
Well, this research was good while it lasted, but it seems like we may have to acquiesce to your request.
I apologize profusely, and please fire your comms officer. My God.
She is the night shift comms officer. She normally doesn't get much work.
Right. That said, how long until you think you can get out of system?
We as a relatively savvy commander, if I do say so myself, we are currently scrambling some vessels in the attempt to depart.
Right. Okay, we found out that previously if we engage the other ship in combat, we can slow it down from refueling briefly. So we're going to do that while you get off planet immediately. Can you get everyone off planet in about half an hour?
Just quickly,
Yeah.
is there like an
okay.
insight roll?
There's diplomacy rolls, but
I was going to send a message to Lockie basically saying, hey, you might want to tell the Blossom to, like, batten down the hatches and don't let anyone on unless it's us.
I'm literally thinking the exact same thing.
Because he just notified them that the whole ship is pre-tech. So, dangerous.
No, not just that, but the way they're talking, I don't trust them.
Okay.
Can I roll insight as well? What's the stars without number version of insight?
Basically, perception.
With
All right.
charisma?
With wisdom.
Well, that's
I'm going to roll diplomacy as well.
Oh no, never mind. It's exactly the same. It's still a -1 regardless.
Diplomacy is not a roll, is it?
So I rolled Snake Eyes -2.
It's
I rolled-
persuade.
I rolled 11 -2.
Am I
So-
one of the few people with skills in persuade?
No, I am. So I'm rolling
I said
persuade.
few, not the only one. I also have.
Am I?
Yeah.
Am I able to roll a persuade to make this very, very, very convincing that their lives are in imminent danger?
You may.
All right. That is a 5 and a 1. Is this considered diplomacy?
This would be considered diplomacy, yes.
I may re-roll the 1. It's a 4 and a 5.
Oof, nice.
So that's charisma is +1, and my persuade is 1, so that's an 11.
Not bad. She responds in a manner that you would enjoy. She says, I can't really guarantee it within half an hour. We do have some supplies, some samples, other things that require packing down, including some of our labs.
It's a serious question. Are your labs worth more than your lives? I mean, it's a serious question because I need to know how long I need to stall this ship for.
We are tracking the vessel's telemetry ourselves, and based on its current rate of approach to the star, we believe we will have sufficient time. We have got 3 vessels that are prepared to depart immediately, that are already entirely fully crewed, which we can send in your direction.
All right. You know what? Probably don't on that. We know most of the guns on this ship. If you can get off before it gets close, do it. But if we have to engage, there is going to be casualties. I hope you're aware. This ship is equipped. This ship that we're currently on is equipped for combat. I don't know that you guys have that.
I do not believe that you engaging the vessel at all will be necessary, and I would be far more interested in continuing this conversation face to face when our lives are in, as you so heavily stressed, less imminent danger.
Can I roll a perception check on? Perception charisma check on seeing if she's actually going to do that, or if they're going to try and engage the ship.
You can certainly try.
And I assume that's diplomacy as well,
Um,
because it's all roles related to diplomacy. So
you are trying to read the intentions of someone you are engaging in diplomacy, so yes.
okay, that's a 3 and a 1, and I can re-roll that, and it's a 3 and a 5. Awesome. So that's 9, 10.
Very nice indeed. Sorry, I am multitasking just a little bit.
That is the first time I've used the diplomacy trait, and it's come up twice. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's very good. Heck, I can't find the thing. I'll do it later. She does sound like she is, to a certain extent. Hang on. So, so prior to this happening, Lucky, you do get the impression that she is withholding something based on what she was saying previously. She's being a little bit coy, perhaps a bit too relaxed for your liking, and it does seem odd, but she hasn't really given much else away. Jin, you get the sincere impression that she is not planning on sending her vessels after the Blossom.
All right, so they're not sent. I'll cut the comms and go. All right, well, I'll have a conversation with you briefly, and then hopefully you can get most of your scientists out.
Indeed, I'll be on board one of the departing vessels, and I will have a chat with you in person shortly.
Excellent.
And I'll flick off comms.
Lucky, the best I could get us is a face-to-face meeting and probably convince them in person to move a little bit quicker, maybe take a hostage if we have to. But I would suggest making the Blossom do something aggressive just to give them a bit of a, I don't know, notification that they need to move.
I believe the word you're looking for is
Is what?
incentive.
Ah, that's it. Incentive.
I'm going to send a message to Nucleus to, once he arrives at the sun, to orbit it and perform scans until further notice, to make it seem like it's basically just on an auto patrol and deciding whether or not this sun will be sufficient enough for it.
Okay,
So
they're willing to do that.
Like there's time. And I'm also going to tell him to not letting anyone aboard, and if any ship does come within proximity, to alert us immediately.
Okay.
And then a separate message to Pim. Actually, I can just talk to Pim because the comms is off now. Can you do a full band scan for anything, heat signatures, anything that's we can't see with our naked eye?
Are you asking for a multiple? Let's see. What scanners do we have? I should be able to do all of the normal ones, as well as some infrared and radio waves.
Prepare for them to come aboard, but expect possible hostile actions.
Very well.
So you want him to scan the ships that are flying towards you, yes?
And the space around them
Okay.
for any kind of methods to detect a cloaked vessel.
Okay.
You're able to follow my lead on diplomacy, Lockie, and maybe just send me messages. My onboard comms unit will be able to take direction without that being overheard if you just send me text.
At that, he smiles and he goes, "I'm just the hired muscle," and we'll start heading towards the Romnipotent to get armored up.
I mean,
Oh.
yeah, sure, but I would rather that you actually tell me what to do if I'm overstepping my mind.
Yeah, but in the Romnipotent, I can send messages a lot easier.
Right.
All right. I suppose I should do something sufficiently intimidating. Hey, Catalina!
You just hear, like, I guess over comms at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I have been listening. What is it?
Do you want to come help me intimidate a few people?
I will accompany you and be your moral compass?
Moral compass. Yeah, that's what I asked for.
And I'll cut off comms.
She just sighs, sitting next to Annie, and just goes, I worry about this crew a lot.
Only a lot?
Hey. It's not me this time, so
Okay,
I feel like
I ain't causing any problems.
More than a lot. It is under-exaggerate.
I worry too, girlfriend.
And because Pim's a bit busy at the moment, Charles, are you able to help me with one last thing? Hey, can you, fabricate some research quickly that just makes it look like that Blossom is way more dangerous than we're leading on? Maybe just patch together some of our...
I don't need to fabricate anything. Pulls up video of it killing an entire armada. It is dangerous!
I sort of just look at it a bit and go,
Yeah, look, it's really dangerous, but it just lacks pizzazz, you know?
Oh my god.
You're lucky Lockie's left the room by this point.
I'm talking like pants-shitting fear, not like planet-destroying.
Jin, let me tell you something. My planet is one of the most technically advanced planets in the system.
Right.
We can't do that.
Not even once? Not yet?
No.
No. How many years off do you
The
think you
type
are?
of power that has, we cannot reproduce it yet.
Wait, so hang on. We haven't just been in the backwaters of the universe for the whole time I've known you. This is actually what it is?
Yes.
Motherfucker.
I've been trying to explain to you the scream was a problem.
I thought that there was a problem, but
he's just going to walk over and punch the coffee machine. Way too many coffees are just pouring out. He's realizing he doesn't drink coffee. That was Darius, so he's going to go over and just, I don't know, the fruit bowl. He's going to collect the fruit bowl and just crush an apple between his hands while dripping it down into his mouth. So he's juicing it above his head.
Juicing.
Oh my god.
Some great terminology there.
Yep. Love it. Juicy.
So, there are three frigate-class vessels flying their way towards the Milan presently. Wait, is it frigate?
Frigate's the same size as the Glock Molotov.
Yes, it is frigate. These vessels are a little larger than the Glock Molotov, as the Molotov is one of the smaller models of frigate.
Can we see any weapons on board?
I actually need to have a look at the stats for that because I'm definitely well prepared. Don't mind me. I was at work all day.
Oh no, we don't judge. We just appreciate.
Gosh. Gosh. Starship hulls. There we go. I need some. Oh no, it'll be at the back. God damn it. Give me some example ships. That's what I want.
Catalina is gonna make her way round to everyone else
Um,
and join everyone in the Where are we? The bridge? Are we in the bridge right now?
let's say yes.
Okay.
Let's move people to or near the bridge. So, it doesn't take a very intrusive scan for me to be able to say yes. The ship, the 3 ships that are flying towards you are carrying weapons.
Is there anything that poses a serious threat to us, or is it sort of this level that if we actually engage them, it would be a ruffle stomp?
Oh,
I haven't heard ruffle stomp in years.
No, Jesus.
So each one of them possesses a 2 plasma beams and a flak emitter battery.
Right.
Okay, the
So
plasma
basically,
beams are threatening.
yeah, but basically, if we actually engage them with the full force of our squad, they would not last long.
They outnumber us, and the glove Molotov only has the plasma beam, I think, on it, does it?
Ah, yes. Well,
We've
that
also
other
got the impact
armada, outnumbered us as well.
Yes, well...
I'm with sending them the video.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Blossom doesn't have enough power to do that.
Correct.
It's called
No.
what?
Yes, we'll send the video for that, but also we did take out the Harbonin fleet as well with 1 vessel.
Mm.
What I'm saying
Alright.
is we are capable of defending ourselves and will do so.
Yeah, for sure. Doopity 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 doopity. I am pressing all the buttons. Okay, so you have a few hours, because during this time you were traveling towards Nolasco. You have a few hours if you are continuing. So as they launch their ships, are you continuing to get closer to Nolasco to intercept, or are you not? Are you doing a different thing?
I would suggest we intercept, but
What are the ratings like, and from the whatchamacallums?
Are we able to get a reading on the planet from this distance, or no?
Reading on the planet. Yes, actually, because your ship has some very advanced scanners.
Yes, that's what I wanted to
In
use
that
to
case, I think
try and
we should
figure out
do
what
hold.
the fuck happened to this planet before we do anything else.
The Milan advanced scanners.
I've got one.
Yes, you have access to a survey sensor array, which is pretty good.
I'll tell Dimitri to have us trail the Blossom at a good distance, so it looks like we're observing but keeping a safe distance so as not to provoke it.
Okay, so you're turning around and flying back towards the sun?
Oh, is it the complete opposite direction for it?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, we'll hold position.
Okay. Hold position. Scans from the survey sensor array reveal. Pulling up my data on the system. So, last Nolasco was populated. It wasn't seen as a tech level 3 planet. The air is breathable. The temperature is temperate. The biosphere is compatible with human life. It was colonized by a Spanish colony group, and scans from orbit indicate that the planet's fine. Nothing looks wrong, but there's just barely anyone there.
I don't like what they told us about their being.
It was the collectors.
Wait, you said barely anyone there.
Yes. there are
there's
still
researchers.
people on the surface of the planet. Ships have been launched, but there are still people active on the planet preparing to depart.
Okay, so it seems like it's the crew
Yes.
from the research. Okay. I thought you were implying that there were people, the original inhabitants, still.
On a
No.
serious note, there might be a reason for us to have a proper look at this once we deprive the planet of its energy source. There's a strong chance if we do, I don't know, gravitational disturbances on the planet, things like that might pop up more information about why the planet was uninhabited in the first place.
How deep of a scan can we get?
Let's have a look at the specifics for what the survey sensor array says. I know that it says it can do some pretty good, like, scans of the surface of a planet from orbit, which I find very impressive, actually. But I'd love to get a more specific,
I'd
detailed
love to know
look.
if it can penetrate.
Oh, by the way, that the survey sensor array immediately detects stealth stuff. Apparently.
It does? That's awesome! I give
Yeah.
you a really broken piece of equipment.
Mhm. Hang
Damn.
on, that might be a rewrite.
So it detailed mapping of objects, planets, along with broad spectrum communication analysis. They also improve attempts to detect other craft when scanning a region for stealthy vessels. Any roles with the survey sensor array adds +2 to the skill checks.
Makes
Okay,
it easier.
that actually seems.
So you can do it. You can do a rough scanning of an object's composition. Seriously, fucking.
Okay, so with our scans, if there is something stealthed, we
Yeah,
have a
so
better
it
chance
just-
of finding it.
Greatly enhances the ship's sensor abilities, allowing it to for finely detailed mapping of objects and planets.
Yeah,
along
so
with broad spectrum communication analysis.
So yes, from where you are using the survey array, while you're waiting for the ships to get closer to you, you can basically take very detailed scans of the entire side of the planet that's facing you.
I'm curious to see how deep into the crust we can scan to see if there is subterranean structures.
I don't think you can scan beyond just
We'd need sensor probes for that.
Yeah.
the visible surface. I might allow it if you were like locked in a low orbit, but because you're still approaching the planet.
Well,
It's
that's what I was
not
kind of
feasible.
just to work out if we did have to get right up to them to do a scan.
I'd say maybe depending on the composition of the crust.
Yep, cool.
So you could try, if nothing else. Okay. Is there anything else the party would like to do before this vessel, or before these vessels are in range of you?
I'm just going to stitch some footage from various combats and things that we've had from any source that I can get, because I assume we've got logs of different fights and shit. Specifically looking for bizarre, nasty pre-tech shit that we came into contact with, like the shambling mounds of nanobots, all of that sort of stuff, and basically try and stitch it so that it looks like when we initially engaged in combat against the Blossom, in inverted quotation marks there, that we had a really bad time. And the ship is filled with heaps of Nichepsian and Cthulhu-esque horrors of pre-tech.
Okay. You somehow find out of nowhere the Milan editing suite, and get to work preparing some.
That's not out of nowhere. You know that Darius has been forging so much shit.
Yeah. Roll me computers, please, to fabricate this, or basically to patch together and to skew the data.
Yep, that's a 6 and a 2. So 8, computers is 3, so 9, 10, 11, and my intelligence is 1, so 12.
Okay, you have a very compelling and convincing looking piece of footage. The main issue that you found is the different kinds of things that you have footage of all have like reasonably different backgrounds. So you kind of have to make it be very like horror movie-esque and like isolate and turn down the brightness of the background and kind of make it seem like it's mostly being lit by like helmet cams
Yep.
and just isolate the threats in light and just fade away the background to make it look convincing. But you're able to stitch together that narrative and make it look quite convincing.
Okay, and I'll just put that up on projector on the screen behind and just say, "Hey, Charles."
Why are you trying to make the ship look like a monster that's here to just eradicate humanity?
Because that way they don't get on board. Do you think you and I can just have a talk about this and you say some really nice sciencey sounding things?
You don't have enough sciencey sounding things to say yourself?
I sort of just growl a little bit and go,
You know I'm not up to date with what science level you guys are at. If I say something too, I don't know, recent or too far away. No, I'm shit at science, you know that.
Charles looks so stressed, like all the time.
No wonder he's on drugs.
It's like, you wonder why I took drugs. This is why I take drugs.
you would also know that Jin is slightly lying here just to pressure you into doing what he wants. So you can say no.
No.
Speaking of Charles, it has been a decent amount of time. Could you make me a physical effect save, please?
Oh god.
Oh,
Damn it! That 20!
Okay. The addiction purge drug, which needs a catchy name. I expect it on my desk by Friday. Is doing a good job of running its course through your body. You are able to regain the hit points that you had lost by it working its way through. So your max and current hit points go back up to where they were, which I believe was 18.
Yes.
However, it's working its way into your strength, which also is going to be for the time being down by 1. So
Damn it!
it has taxed your constitution quite a bit. You've worked through it, but because it was demanding a lot of your body, you feel like drained and fatigued and a bit weak. But that's okay. You barely use your physical strength anyway.
Why do I need physical strength when I can lift like half a ton
Mhm.
with my mind?
Indeed. So, is there anything else people would like to do before this ship intercepts?
I'm just gonna.
Oh, sorry.
You go.
Did my calculations finish about how much of the sun the Blossom could take without completely destroying the system?
Right. Roll me science, please.
Can I assist that?
That with a wisdom or
Intelligence. And
intelligence?
yes, Jin, you can.
That is an 11.
I got
Actually-
a 5.
Actually, hang on. On reflection, I'd say probably not, just because you spent a lot of time editing software.
Yeah, okay. I rolled
Alright.
under anyway, so it's fine.
All good. You said 11?
I rolled
Okay,
10 and I had +1.
For Nolasco to be sporting such good stats in terms of like it's breathable, it's a good temperature, like for this planet to have to be in this position and to have been terraformed by the Terran Mandate back in the golden age of space travel. It had to be kind of in a Goldilocks zone of the heat the sun was giving out. You estimate that the heat reduction would absolutely take you want to know how much could be taken?
Yeah.
You don't know how much is required, but if as little as like 2% gets taken, it will pull Nolasco out of the Goldilocks zone.
Right.
You cannot predict what will happen to the orbits of the planets nearby, just the heat dispersion at the moment.
And just like, well, that's not an option.
Okay. Well, what about you, Mr. Captain slash security body?
He's going to continue his work on making a modified rifle, but it's probably still very far off.
Okay, you are continuing to poke around with that. Charles and Jin, I assume you would have gone to the advanced lab or the supercomputer room to continue your work?
Yeah.
Felix and Ivan have gone down to the workshop. Eva has gone onto the bridge. So they're down there.
Pim would like to have a conversation with Katerina.
She's floating around, doing a little bit of research on the planet.
On the planet.
The
Okay.
one that's here. The one that we're at.
Okay. Another time then.
No. She's happy to chat. She's not really doing anything other than like scrolling through her phone, basically. Her combat.
This is one of those like Pim wants to learn more about being human chats.
Yeah, she'll give she'll give you the time if you come up to her. She will stop. Like she's not really doing anything important at the moment.
All right, so I'm going to buzz into your phone. Yeah.
Actually, I think it's technically her watch. So she's sitting there scrolling on her watch, just having a look, and then all of a sudden there's a Pim.
You gave the watch back.
Did I? Okay.
You did?
Yes.
So you're probably having to use a terminal built into the wall, perhaps in your room, if you're doing that.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, she still has her tablet, her data slab, or whatever it is.
Yes. So you are sitting at the desk, or perhaps reclined on your bed in your room, and Pim, are you entering physically?
No, I'd be appearing on the computer or the terminal.
Okay.
You know, someone's got to clean up after all these people.
Oh, Pim, what is it?
So I've been thinking.
Oh.
I'm an adult now, and I was hoping for some advice.
So, what is it, Pim?
I have decided that I would like to go on a date.
Oh, a date?
Yes.
Is there someone that you fancy?
That's the problem. What is fancy?
Ah.
Well, fancy is where you go down to fish and chips
my
up, and you
God.
get the good fish with a lot of
Yeah, the
gravy.
plasma beam, yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, we still I know you probably don't want me to, but can we use that tier 4 spike drive?
Just to kill me.
Just to kill that one person.
That one woman. The bane of your existence.
I hate it. It's Milton Keynes all over again. I hate it.
Anyway, sorry. Continue.
So, Catalina will stop and think about it for a second. It is a little bit difficult to explain. and also different for everyone. Um, there is. You feel respect or fondness for the people of the crew. Duh?
Indeed, a kinship, as Lucky calls it.
Hmm. Duh. Well, there is like this, but different emotion where you want more than just what this is. It is like
And like that, you've lost me.
I will try explain. It is very complicated emotion to explain. But it is like you want to be close to this person all the time, not just sometime. You want to share everything with them, and you you know wish to be close with them.
Someone should tell Dimitri about Molly.
Is difficult because these are also things one feels for like sibling or really close friend, but it's different. It's very hard to explain, but you know it's different. It's the same kind of desire with different feeling. I am not good with this. This is
Who would be good with this? Do you know of anyone?
actually Annie would be much better at this than I am. She is much more gossipy than I am. I like to punch things, you know, and build things. She is more emotional person.
Very well. I will go on a date with Annie.
What? I
At
mean,
which point the terminal just turns off.
good luck.
Did I miss what I think I missed?
Yeah, Pim is now gonna ask Annie on a date.
Now?
Uh,
Maybe.
he ditched. He gone.
Okay. Well then, Pim, what do you do next?
I'm gonna ring Lucky.
What's up?
Hello, Lucky. Catalina has advised me to ask Annie on a date, in not so many words.
That is absolutely not what she said. Oh my god.
How do I do this? I've looked up videos, but apparently I need to give them flowers and chocolates, as well as hold the door for them, but not let them feel like they're not appreciated.
I think you might be overthinking this just a little bit.
He's an AI.
I'm an AI.
Makes sense. Oh my
He's
gosh.
just gonna like stop halfway through what he's doing and just like. I'm honestly not the best person to speak to about that. I don't really.
Who would be the best person to speak to about that?
Me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can just imagine it. Jim going,
All you have to do is eat a lot amount of meat in front of them to show them your alpha.
No, I know who. Tazi.
Oh, she's probably upset with me, but okay. I will ask Tazi. I'm gonna hang up on Lucky.
Lucky's left very confused.
I
Dialing Tazi.
Okay. Just because it's making me so satisfied to do this. Boop.
Oh my god.
You dial through to Tazi, basically connecting the Milan system to the Molotov system, and immediately, it looks like Tazi kind of like hits enter with her palm, but isn't actually looking at the camera. Like her compad's propped up, but she's facing like side on away from it, and is facing the the primal core.
Tazi,
Pawn to b7. Ooh, interesting move.
Tazi, I need quote-unquote girl talk advice.
So you hear the Primal's core speak in Darius's voice.
Rook to e6. No, that's wrong voice.
Hmm,
I'm gonna have to work on getting the right voice back.
that's
Rook
okay.
to e6. Coffee. Chocolate.
It sounds like they are playing chess, and the game goes on for about like 20 to 30 seconds of back and forth before the Darius she's talking to kind of falters and cuts out and goes, and she just like kicks. She like takes a second, wheels back in her chair, leaps up excitedly, and goes. Oh, so much better than last time. What else was I doing? Pim! Ah! That was a reflex to answer phone. You didn't sleep!
That may be true, but it's less humorous.
I wouldn't think that now is the time for humor. I figured out a way to have a 23-second conversation with Darius. And his core is entirely stable.
Oh, that's very good. Now about my issues.
Wow.
I would
I'm
like
still
to.
not. I'm still not thrilled with you, Pim. What makes you think I'm going to want to hear what you have to say, unless it's an apology?
To be fair, if I apologized, would you believe me?
I mean, ideally, as an artificial intelligence, your goal should be honesty and sincerity. But you've grown a lot, so I have no real framework or basis. So I would hope that as a friend, you would want to sincerely apologize to me
For what?
for suggesting that what I'm working on be used as a weapon.
To be fair, as Lucky told you, he was not the one who came up with it, and neither was I. I just didn't want you to be mad at Lucky. After all, he spends most of his time alone, feeling isolated and upset.
This is news to me.
Wait, hang on. Who is actually the person responsible?
Lucia. She made
Ah.
the suggestion to Lucky in a one-on-one conversation.
Tazi, I find it hard to apologize. Would you like me to show you something instead?
Make it quick.
I'm going to show her different videos of Lockie agonizing over what to say when talking to people and how to be as nice as possible and create the best, starters to conversations and not hurt anyone's feelings. This is how he spends most of his time when he's going to break bad news to someone.
Oh, my Lucky.
Can you understand why I took the blame for him?
He is such a sweetheart, isn't he? I mean, look at his little face all screwed up and thinking.
Okay, now back to my issue. I only need one thing for help.
Okay, bring it on.
How do you ask someone on a date?
I'm not really interested in pursuing anything right now, Pim.
Oh, you meant you. No. Sorry, different person.
Okay. I mean, part of me did think that you asking advice for how to ask a person out on a date so that you could perfectly tailor their preferred answer to them would be a pretty pimp thing to do.
Thank you. I'm gonna hang up.
I saw that coming.
Oh my god, this is brilliant.
I'm gonna call Arnie.
Okay.
During this time, I feel like Catalina has she's like Mission Impossible trying to be like nonchalant, but gonna go and find Lockie and try and express her like confusion about Pip. But you keep going. This is not important. You have your
Okay,
the
so-
date thing.
So Arnie is moving from the bridge down a hallway towards the elevator shaft. You aren't clear where she's going, but you call her. She kind of stops in place, answers her phone, and goes, "Bim! This music is no longer appropriate." Actually, is there something more like space grungy?
Space grunge. Yes.
How's
Where
this?
is Pim now? I'm trying to keep track of where he is.
He's everywhere.
Okay, where's Ani? In Catalina's room, I think. No? Where did Ani
Nearby.
Ah, nearby, okay.
Yeah, I like this for her. Walking down the hallway. Ah, hello, Bim. What are you doing today?
I am doing well. I have a question.
Go ahead.
You know how I spoke to you previously about what the effects are of love?
You did. Have you pursued my advice any further?
A little. I wanted to ask, what is the ideal way that you would like someone to ask you out?
Interesting. You're attempting to put together a database, do some cross-referencing, and figure out what people's best answers are to this stuff.
Sure.
Please roll.
No way. You know how I got double nat ones before?
Yeah.
I got double sixes this time.
Ooh.
Okay. She seems. This is a little bit too Tron Legacy for me. Hang on.
Take the disc.
Put the cube in my chest, Sam.
I made the perfect system.
No. I want something fun. No, hang on. Dark and stormy? What is this one? No!
Ah, yes. Crickets and plants on a spaceship. Next, you see her just put on Mortal Kombat for like no reason. Mortal Kombat!
You know what? This'll do nicely. No, that's nature! I'm sorry, guys. I want this to sound good.
Put on Rise of the Valkyries. It'll be fine.
I will punch you.
From all the way over there.
I will figure.
Now that would be psychic.
This
gonna
is
say,
this is
you
fine.
forget Charles is a psychic.
Mm-hmm.
He does what he
Okay.
wants.
I'll
She
do what I
goes,
want.
Okay. I can respect this. So, is different from what is ideal actual first date. You want to know how someone actually asks you on dates, huh?
Indeed.
So, if it were me, honestly, I haven't had a lot of experience with dating people. Oh my goodness. I mean, there was this one girl. She was pretty cute, but then she got with this other guy. He was also really cute. I don't know.
Oh,
Ah, let's think about it. I feel like if someone's going to ask me on a date, there has to be a date in mind. If someone's going to if someone's going to take me out somewhere, I'd like the thing that we're doing to be in the offer, because it shows that they understand me enough to have thought of somewhere that I would enjoy going to. It doesn't really have to be too like over the top or lavish or anything. It can just be like simple, hey, I like you, want to see if you like me, maybe want to spend some more time together. It doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be sincere, you know?
very well. Thank you very much for this information. It has been very reliable.
It has been very informative.
So far, I have be cute, be sincere, and offer a date place along with the offer of a date.
Ah, it seems pretty reasonable, honestly.
Do you like blowing things up?
I've been known to do it a bit in my spare time. It was a little bit more Catalina's thing, as you might have guessed, but I thoroughly enjoyed being along for the ride. It made her so happy.
Would you like to go blow up some asteroids with me?
Pim, you testing out what I just showed you to see how it would work, or is this sincere?
Based on the romance movies, if I don't say that this is all a joke, then the chances of me going on an actual date with you are slim. Therefore, yes, this is sincere.
Pim, you're asking me on a date. That is so sweet. Oh, and it is so you to ask me how you want to be asked first. Oh my god.
Yes.
My goodness, Pim, I haven't even considered dating. Though I've got to be honest, Lucky Vava Voom. But that's just like a crush, honestly. He's just like just raw physical attraction. That's hard to avoid. Meeting Lucia, much the same. I think I have a thing for like muscly people.
I know what his next armature is going to be.
To be fair, I can pretty much meet any parameters required.
Interesting. I mean, like on the surface, it's nice. It's nice to have big, strong thing to look at, you know. But it's also good to get to know the person inside. And as much as I respect Loki, don't think he's quite my type.
Okay, is this a yes?
Oh, of course, you asked me out on date, and here I am talking about how hot Loki is. Maybe I'm not the person to. Maybe I'm not the best person to be asking out. I'm a little bit all over the place. But yes, that sounds cute.
Very well.
It would be nice to spend some time getting to know you better. I feel like all too often it is Pim, do this, Pim, do that, and not Pim, how are you? And it's always good to touch base with people and make sure they're okay.
You get me.
I am trained in medicine. I'm pretty good at understanding what people need.
I need people to not leave the clothes on the floor.
But the hamper's so far.
I will give you an exception.
Thank you, Pim.
Thank you very much. Due to the awkwardness of this situation, I'm going to hang up now.
Okay, did you have like a time or a place in mind for this date, or is it going to be just when the moment strikes us, or if we're near asteroids? It looks pretty clear out.
I can always make some.
That sounds almost like a threat.
Ominous yet endearing. Okay.
Considering what's about to happen to the sun, I'm sure there will be some asteroids soon.
Okay. I'll be around. Let me know when we're near asteroids, and we'll go and blow them up together.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. You
At
kind
which
of.
point, inside
yeah.
the supercomputer, you've got Pim going,
This is a new feeling. I feel like an idiot.
Because there's like at least 15 of you, one part of you returns to the core Pim with a feed of the camera connected to the hallway that Arnie is in. She's looking directly at the camera, winks, and blows a kiss and keeps on walking.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Biological anatomy and imperatives. I'm going to need to do some downloads.
Well, Pim goes back to his
I was gonna say you don't. You just need to get
original
back in
state.
your original,
Yeah.
original body that I bought you.
Sex bot.
You just need the sex bot and Darius's porn cache. There's more than enough.
No, I'm good,
There's
thanks,
educational materials.
half of it was like German, like
gnomes,
whatever the fuck
yeah,
that
gnomes,
was.
You're
yeah.
right, yeah. Traffic cones and gnomes.
Damn it.
Like an episode of Rugrats. Ah,
Keep the
lonely space vixens.
keep the nomicide out of my game, please.
Soup drate.
Rude.
I will always back the soup tray, though it's incredibly wholesome. So, now that we are done with a bit of a jaunty side adventure.
Sorry.
No, that was really, really cute.
I was just like, it's been over 100 episodes and he's only ever shown interest in trying to date someone once. So it's like, okay, that's
Which
the next
Catalina
stage.
ruined.
Yeah.
Unintentionally, she was drunk.
How you doing? Bleh.
Yep. Yep.
That was funny.
That was a while ago.
You want to see what I had for lunch?
Nightclub. So, the vessels are drawing ever closer. Not to sound ominous, but they are about to enter the threshold one might define as weapons range. Is there anything anybody would like to do in anticipation for their arrival?
Which ship are they approaching? Ours or the Blossom?
Yeah. Yours,
Okay.
the Milan.
I keep sensors on them, detecting if there's any build-up of energy.
Okay. Something
I'm going
that...
to jettison someone's laundry.
Oh?
First of all, it'll confuse the fuck out of them.
It's confusing the fuck out of me, so yeah, I understand.
And second of all, it's going to punish whoever left their fucking clothes in the gym room.
Lucky's spare undies just go out the window.
Yeah, with skid marks.
Hang on a minute. What were you doing in the, You know what? I don't want to know.
The gym room? Probably
Gym room.
working out, Catalina.
Without his underwear.
What's his change
Probably
of clothes?
working
What's
out,
wrong with
Catalina.
you?
Okay, you know what? Yeah, showering afterwards, and yeah, okay. But would you just, you know what? Never mind. We're moving on.
Maybe he was flexing naked in front of the mirror?
Yeah, that sounds likely.
I do that.
That's fair.
Okay.
I like how he's just sat there nodding. Now
I'm shaking my head. Lockie is not the kind of person to admire his own body.
You turned into a shark and you were like, yes!
What's interesting is that Arnie is absolutely the person to admire his body.
Look, Catalina's done it a couple of times, just not overtly.
Also, Arnie's bi. Who knew? Who knew? Pardon me. Anyway.
Catalina.
Mm-hmm.
Jin has done it once and then realised he was just hungry.
I don't even know what PIM is. And that doesn't surprise me, Chris.
So, there are vessels approaching. They get within spicy range. I'm going to turn down the gravity a little bit. It's getting kind of loud.
I'm gonna, in the entry hall, just put basically a shitload of weapons around the hall and make it look like we're ready for battle stations, and crack one open and look like I'm working on it.
Okay. I think there's one thing I do have to provide you in terms of honest information. Okay. That's fine.
Doesn't sound fun.
Is that something you messaged me, or?
No, it's just a thing that I was checking to see if you were aware of.
Okay.
You aren't.
Okay.
That concerns me greatly.
That's okay. Okay, so the first of the three vessels moves on up and is preparing to get into docking range. It kind of sidles on up along the other side of the Milan, opposite the Molotov.
I'll open comms to them.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yes, hello?
how you going? Which port do you want to dock in?
The one we are directly next to, please, Jin.
Lockie's gonna ping Jin. Tell him our tubes are damaged and to board in the rear hangar where the stealth shuttle is. And while we open the stealth shuttle slot, send out the stealth shuttle, Dimitri in the stealth shuttle.
Alright, sounds fair.
They can't effectively board through that.
No, but I assume they have a boarding craft or some kind of small craft.
They do, indeed. They have a cargo lighter on board their ship.
Okay, I'll contact them back and just I'll continue the conversation after quickly relaying that in my brain, because thankfully it's instantaneous and I can process it instantaneously. Yeah, look, okay, I'm gonna send you some footage. I just don't want you to freak out, okay?
Why am I being sent footage and not having
I'm explaining to you why our boarding tube's broken, and I'll just flick over the footage of the shot of it destroying like 40 other spacecraft. So we were
Armada slice?
Yep.
Spaceship slice!
So unfortunately, we were a little bit close to this, and it's destroyed some of the electronics on our craft. We're working on repairing them, but that port and some of our boarding ports aren't quite working. So do you mind going to our shipping bay? Don't worry, it's fine. It's not the worst we've dealt with. And I'm going to convince him as nonchalantly as possible that this absolutely isn't the worst we've dealt with. This is totally normal in our lives. In fact, I'm too calm.
It is.
Okay.
It is actually pretty normal in our lives.
Yep. So,
That's not far from the truth.
You don't need to pretend.
I mean,
Alright.
she's she's genuinely like,
Yep.
oh.
And I've rolled double fives, so I've convinced them well. Look, the point is that, you know, we're a bit of a rowdy crew. Can you just go in the way we want, and this will be quicker? I mean, I'm sorry, but our fucking boarding things, our electronics are all fucking shot, and the onboard AI hasn't fixed it all yet. Sorry, onboard VI is what I would have said.
Okay. Do the doors work at all? Because we have our own tubes that we could extend.
Not that one, only the docking bay.
Okay, could you move your other vessel?
Yeah. Oi, Oi! I'm just gonna turn over my
Wait,
shirt.
would they know that the stealth fighter's in there?
No, she's talking about the Molotov.
We've got
Because-
Molotovs in our docking bay.
Because that tube is obviously working.
Yes, you knew they were coming to board. Move it! And I'm just going to shout off so that I'm not even going to wait for Pim's response and just I'll send Pim a message.
Yeah, it's
and
cool.
Just
I
go,
don't want to roleplay. It's cool.
No. I'll just send to Pim. Not yet. I want you to be their greeter and go there with a bunch of guns and look really tough if you can.
I can look psychotic, not tough.
So at the moment they're coming in the top. We kind of wanted to see if they could come in the fighter bay so that we had an excuse to open the rear hatch to let the stealth shuttle out without them
Yes.
being suspicious.
And
Yep.
and she is asking if you can move the Molotov and if they can use that tube instead.
No, like, I'm sorry, all of our electronics are fucked. That entire locking system is destroyed. For some reason, we've got to manually release the cargo bay.
And that would be too much hassle for you.
Look,
It's
bear with
reattaching
us.
it afterwards.
Yeah, it's reattaching it afterwards. I mean, I don't have an engineer on board. Do you have an engineer on board?
Yes, I have several. It's
Right,
kind of
then-
it's kind of essential for safe space travel to be able to fix the thing you're flying around on.
Lockie, hearing that, is going to go over to the docking clamps panels and just pull out his gun, think, no, that's too obvious, and then think of the best way that he can destroy them that it looks like it's been
Oh,
damaged.
please.
Am I needed while you're doing this? Because I was going to come and greet them anyway.
Yeah, sure.
Lucky,
Cool.
please.
I literally just look at the panel and just go, cool. Done.
Yep. And
There was a better way.
I'll just turn the camera to look at the panel and just say,
Yeah, it is kind of an issue.
Okay.
Look, that thing when it fires, the thing puts out gravitational waves as well. It crushed a whole bunch of electronics on board. We haven't fixed all of it yet.
I'll board the cargo lighter.
Appreciate it. Sorry.
Okay. Her ship kind of holds position next to yours just because it's like.
I'll just text Charles. Good
she's
fucking
wondering-
save, thank you.
And the cargo lighter will detach and launch towards the rear of the ship. And your plan was to send Dimitri in that. Okay, where's Dimitri? He's in the gardens, probably, isn't he?
That or the.
That's why I figured he was fairly close to it.
And you would have warned him beforehand too. You wouldn't just be telling him now.
I can't find Dimitri. Where's he gone?
In the bridge?
If this meeting's happen,
Oh,
yeah.
he's in the gym.
Oh.
There he is.
Oh, so it was his clothes that got presented into space.
Dimitri is now sitting naked in the cockpit of the stealth fighter going, fucking
The funny thing is,
I
I
would
can
not be
picture that.
surprised. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably happened more than once. All that's missing from the picture is the bottle of vodka that he'd probably have.
There's t-shirt weather, then there's no shirt weather. Okay, so yes, he is able to turn on the stealth system. There's still a chance that they might notice that there's a vessel there, so I will have them roll for it, but it's going to be quite difficult for them to spot. Insufficient. So they are none the wiser when the stealth shuttle launches from the bay. I will remind you, this shuttle is actually, it's been 4 months.
I was gonna
As
say, it would've been
Dimitri,
repaired by now.
no, it's not that it wasn't repaired. It's that it didn't contain any weaponry. However, as Dimitri gets behind the helm of this vessel, he realizes that it contains bombs now.
Oh, God, no.
Oh my god.
I was just going to use it as a threat, but it's a threat that can back up its claims.
I mean, it was designed to be a stealth bomber, like a silent running stealth bomber, so that people wouldn't know where the bombs came from. The Harbonans thought
Gloved Molotov postal services.
the Harbonans, when they got it, or the people on the crew thought, well, we have a stealth bomber. Let's like get the bomber part working. So there's some bombs in there now. Yeah.
That
Okay.
could be dangerous, but okay.
Mm-hmm. So he's off flying around. Who is anyone going to greet them at the fighter bay?
I will, and
Yes. Hello.
I'll just say, I'll come
wait,
with
where
Pim,
is
and
it?
I'll just.
Oh, yes.
Here.
come-
Catalina will follow Jin and Lockie wherever they go because that's what he requested of her.
Yep.
Can
Hey,
I find a
Catalina, you're good at physics, right?
Physics? Excuse me, what?
If I'm going to sell you as a researcher, I need to know your fields of study. I never paid attention before, and I'm paying attention now for quick learning.
Okay. Chemistry is much more my...
Right, chemistry. Good.
Duh.
If you want physics, that's me.
Right, you're the physics one. And
Uh,
creepy space science. Good.
I'm also very good with technology, you know, like building thing.
I look. I rise and Jin looks at her. Goes to say no, you're not.
Before you
and
can
then
say
stops
anything,
himself.
before you can say, she just goes, "Never mind, I forgot who I was talking to."
No. I mean, you deal with, like, stuff, I guess.
I deal in history of Harbona and Yakuta, and I also play with science of chemistry and biology of land. That's not how you translate correctly in English.
And Loki is the science of war. That'll do.
We are both tacticians. We just look at tactics in different light. He does from like combat and I do from like ecosystem.
Actually, for the moment, I'd rather sell you as non-combatant, you and Charles, because I'm going to try and keep you guys as hidden weapons if we can.
Okay, and then goes and puts down the big gun that she's holding elsewhere.
Charles is just wearing a very nice crisp suit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she was
As
carrying a
usual.
plasma projector as she does with her everywhere.
I mean, you're probably better at improvising than I am, Catalina, so frankly, you don't need the weapon. Anyway, I can cover you for the moment and get you a weapon quick enough.
Duh. I will put the projector away at least. Don't worry, I'll always have at least something on me.
And, anyway, Pim. Hey, Pim.
Sorry, guys. I tried to turn my camera on and my whole fucking computer short-circuited.
No, it's good. How many of the security crew,
And I say this like making air quotes as I do it.
can you get down here?
Well, I did spend time in the workshop making as many of my replicants as possible. I was hoping to have at least 50, not, well, powered, so I can travel between the different...
You're breaking up a little bit, dude.
Sorry. I can travel between the different echoes quite quickly across the ship.
Right.
So, 10, 20 seconds if you open that cupboard.
Yeah, no, cool. But, like, I mean, how many can you bring down just to be intimidating?
So, just curious, Pim, when did you make these?
Remember when, after we had that massive, like, short battle and I trapped that thing in the kitchen?
Yes.
I trapped something in the mess hall and then I proceeded to go down and just mash out PIM copies, as many as I can. I ended up using all of my materials.
How many did I say you can make? Because I know I didn't say, yeah, just have 50.
No, he said he was trying to make 50.
So...
But I only made... You said I could have an extra 14 on top of the ones I already had, which was like 30.
Well, I gave you as many across the ship as you had previously. If you had the time and if there was enough of you, 14 would make sense. That's okay.
And to quote you, as soon as one of the PIMs was finished, they got up and joined the assembly line.
I do remember that. Okay, then. Here we go.
Oh God, what's gonna happen? The map's gonna crash. Just
14
Jesus Christ.
14 extra PIMs.
Awesome. That's, frankly, more than I was expecting. You've been fucking busy.
Well, while everyone else was doing their own things, I was doing my projects.
Yeah, no, nice. Maybe don't bring all of them. I only want a few to look like we're a little bit more guarded. I don't want to terrify the poor people.
I can have them power down against the wall.
That'll do. Maybe leave a couple around the ship as well, in case one of the other ships try and board us.
Well, if we get more materials, I plan to have at least 10 in every room. Well, except obviously people's living rooms. Probably only one in those.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so
Jin is like totally in agreement with this. That yeah, no, you totally need one in every room at minimum, even sleeping quarters.
Yeah, even if it's the
So-
toilet, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we have
Yep.
Lockie, Jin, Charles, and Catalina are going to the place with the stuff to do the thing.
Yeah.
Where is there's Charles?
I'll just do a little poke to remind everyone of the time, that's all.
I'm aware of the time.
Cool. Easy done.
So good. And Pim, move your people where you would like them to be. And I will... I'll say, like, there's... So, like, if nothing else, there's, like... Okay, so you're just going to have them lining the room. Bear in mind, this is a cold sleep chamber. That kind of connects to the fighter base. So they're just all going to be lining the halls.
Nothing creepy about that.
Are they standing on top of the cold sleep pods, or are they in the cold sleep pods?
I say they're standing next to them, powered down.
Okay. Okay. So,
Before they arrive, Lucky, what voice would you like me to use?
Dealer's choice.
I could go my battle armature. No, we don't want them to soil themselves. Let's see. Maybe I should just go with the really obnoxious VI.
Oh yeah.
Don't. I've
Scanning.
talked with enough people
Scanning.
today.
scanning. Scanning. Scanning.
Scanning. Do you need help?
Hello. It appears you are trying to harvest a star. Can I help you with this?
By the way, what is this rug that's sitting in the hydroponics bay?
It's a rug.
It's a prayer rug from
Okay.
Dimitri.
Oh, all right, cool.
If it looks like a rug and it moves like a rug and it feels like a rug, it's a rug.
Yeah, cool.
Actually, Molly would be with Dimitri at this point. There we go. Okay. Okay, so yeah.
Can I sense how many people are in that room?
In the shuttle?
Yeah.
How would you do that? Oh yes, you can do that. Yeah.
I can see their intelligence.
5.
5?
Yes.
I literally just looked at something like, there's 5 of them.
That's useful. We outnumber them. I mean, we outnumber them quite a lot. I mean, what is it? You know what? Don't worry about it.
We're not here to start fights.
I know we're not here to start fights, but if my diplomacy fails, which frankly sometimes it does. I know. Usually I'm infallible. Don't laugh at me, Lucky. But if we go south and they want to kill us, I want to kill them first.
At that, you stop laughing.
Okay. So there's people. The people are in places. Yeah. Okay. They disembark from the ship. I'm gonna. Wait.
How much of my glow appears if I start using my telekinetic armory?
What do you mean?
I thought you could make it invisible, couldn't you?
I can. There are other things that glow that I cannot control at the moment when I use psychic abilities.
Ah.
Little bit.
Little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it, I
Okay.
turn it on.
Your armor is raised. One thing I find profoundly interesting about how you approach situations like this is a lot of the time you guys are extremely paranoid about
We have
approaching
reason to be.
about approaching dangerous situations, and recently it's been entirely unfounded. I mean, not entirely unfounded, but it's been unnecessary.
This time it's not.
Correct.
Mm.
As soon as the shuttle touches down and makes contact, the 5 people on board, pour out of the ship. There's one at the front who has a shield and a laser pistol. Two behind carrying laser rifles. All of them are wearing vac suits. And
They've made a mistake.
As soon as I see their formation,
I haven't finished. And as Commander, what was her name? I wrote it down. Commander Claire Young's voice can be heard. She yells, "Stand and deliver! Your vessel or your lives!"
I'm just going to laugh really quietly, then louder and louder and louder until I'm just literally standing in front of them, laughing and cackling. You're pirates, right?
Yes.
Oh man, this is too funny. Hey, Loki, how many pirates have we killed?
Not enough. Not yet. We'll add to the number.
You know what's hilarious? That vision I sent you of that ship taking out that entire fleet, that was real. But the thing is we were trying to play nice. We need to harvest your son, and we're going to do it either way. So the thing is that either you stand down right now, or you're going to be leaving it with a lot of bullet holes. Tim, turn on all security crews.
Okay, I'll switch on all of the PIMs. and just for added measure, that grenade I gave all of them, I'm going to have them take it out and hold it in their left hand and a laser pistol in their right.
I'm just going to put a fist up and just say, hold position, everyone, and my armor will whir up as well.
Oh, look, we have guests. Do you want me to activate kill protocol, or would you prefer them to be treated as the VIP treatment?
So, Claire, I believe we've come to a little bit of an impasse. You have a couple of laser pistols and perhaps a shield. We have roughly the stopping planet power to destroy an entire planet. In this room, about 20 guns, 3 psychers, and, oh, that's right, a sniper who is currently in a stealth vessel outside.
Lucky, you are receiving a call.
From?
Oh
Lucia.
no.
I'll bring it up.
She is shouting very loudly at someone else as the call begins. She says, "No, weapons online! Weapons online now! Lucky, we're being boarded!"
All right. Do I hear that?
No, she sends you through information that all 3 of the vessels that had been launched from Nolasco are deploying hostile boarding tubes and are cutting holes into the side of the Milan to board by force.
I'm going to just continue what I'm saying.
I understand that there was 2 other vessels out there. If they're pirates, you guys probably have boarders as well.
I'd like
But
to
that
try and
said-
get the jump on one of them.
Which one?
I'm just going to continue talking while Lockie does what he says.
I understand that you guys are probably expecting a fight and you think you have the upper hand. I assure you, you don't. And
Can
your
I roll-
frozen bodies will litter the court, litter space around us.
Can I roll a tactics to see which one I think is the bigger threat?
You may.
I feel like Catalina would be sussing out the person in charge.
That is a 11.
Okay. In terms of equipment, compared to you guys, it's nothing special.
Mhm.
The vac suits are likely a necessity because you've been in this. Hang on. You've been in this situation before, where it's, oh no, there's boarders, vent the airlock, and people fly out of the ship. So they are wearing armor that has mag boots and their own supply of air. Sure, not the best armor, but they are safe from a very all-in-one, kill them all in one go kind of response to this. So clearly some thought has been put into this. They are standing like in a logical and tactical way. There's a person holding a shield out in front of them with a pistol. Standing directly behind them are two other people with rifles getting cover from the person with the shield, aiming their rifles out at the room at you. Behind those two, there is a technician and the commander who is speaking to you. This is practiced and rehearsed. They've done this a lot. They know what they're doing.
I'm just going to continue speaking and just bring up imagery of our past exploits on screens around me.
Really quick. Catalina,
Yeah.
mag rifle or energy weapon?
For her or for you?
Yes.
For
Energy
her,
for
she uses
Catalina.
energy.
Energy? Cool.
She's proficient in energy weapons more so than anything else.
Cool. As you're standing there, you notice a what is there?
You
Where
can't
are
do
all
plasma
the
cannon, can you?
Projector.
No, I can
not
do
cannon,
any
projector.
rifle.
A projector is probably too big, so a laser rifle would probably be the best option.
Yeah. So a laser rifle appears in your hands. It's sort of see-through, but it's there. It's physical.
Because we are ridiculously close to them, Lockie's going to pull out the phantom mag pistol, like quick draw, fire at the guy with the shield in the head, and just go, diplomacy's over.
As soon as the gun appears in her hand, she's going to, instinct, and shoot at the person in charge.
And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
The moment gunfire starts, Jin's just going to stand there, just like standing in the center of a gunfight with full whirring armor, just going,
You know I could have solved that shit with you guys.
Okay, so
You've just got like Loki over there with the big gun, like the Hulk from Thor Ragnarok, going, "Bad guy!"
So what you are thinking right now, your immediate thought, please make a note of that. I want you to like retain that like, oh, we're gonna get him energy for when the fight kicks off in earnest next week. We hopefully can have a nick for that, because honestly, what he could do would be hilarious. And I'm genuinely looking forward to it.
I want him to literally bomb all 3 of those fucking ships to smithereens. Like, literally, the first one before the boarding tubes even cut through the hull, it's literally just poof, gone. That would be hilarious.
So yeah, this is a
I
situation you're in.
seriously need to install onboard turrets.
We were going to.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
They are pirates.
But you guys didn't even give them a chance to respond to me threatening them.
They started to board.
Yeah, but they were standing in the hallway with 20 guns pointed at their head.
No, they're boarding multiple positions, not just one.
Yeah,
Because
they've
the other
got-
ones
yeah.
aren't aware of what's just happened here.
Yeah. Well, now she's gonna have one less shield guy protecting her. Now they can talk. And now they
Yes.
can know that their shield means absolutely nothing when a phantom pistol goes through it.
I
through his
will
head.
leave. I gotta
good.
go. I'm tired.
Thank you very much for joining us, Mikhail. I hope you had a good time.
Yes. Thank you.
I had a good
Your
time.
antics
Lovely.
were greatly appreciated. They were
Yes.
amazingly funny.
Yay. I'm going on a date with Arnie. Ooh.
And Catalina is conflicted because she did not in any way, shape, or form instruct you to do so.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be like, oh, so I'm fresh out of asteroids. Do you want to go kill pirates?
Arnie's not as much of a fighter as you might
no,
think.
I know. That was a joke. All right, love, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Alright. Who we raiding? We shooting.
Oh my god, I'm looking at the memes.
Oh, you get... Are we offline?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I was just curious to see what you'd done.
Where's the memes?
It's somewhere
There's
else
a-
on the Discord. It's called Tuesday Night Recap.
Sorry, I started blasting.
Why is it in Tuesday Night Recap? Why aren't you putting these in,
No,
Because-
okay.
So next week I am going to use these and only these to try and recap what happened last session.
Ah.
It's
We
just
did
a
it
fun
for the
game
Sunday
we're
night
doing.
game and it was a lot of fun.
It's just a fun thing to do.
Indeed. So, I hope everybody had a good time. Can we carry on the raid
Yes,
train
we can.
and give
Now,
somebody a
who
poke?
shall we raid? Who is
I
streaming?
don't know. There's turn-based Dave. I have
Yeah, we
who's
could
doing
definitely
artwork.
raid day. Oh my god, I'm so fucking tired.
Dave.
Dave! We haven't raided Dave in a while. We could definitely do so. Whoops.
Yeah, let's raid Dave.
Yeah.
Why not?
Alright. Dave
I
it
see
is.
no reason not to.
He is doing some awesome art, so let's do that.
Okay. When next we grace you with our presence, it'll be Sunday. We're gonna have an Oddie back. And what was happening, Ash?
Everything. But also
Everything.
nothing. No, you are going to meet the village finally.
Yes.
Yes.
The village we've heard so much about that apparently has wonderful friends of Storm.
Well, she got along more
we-
with the village than the monk.
We get
Yes.
to go and see them and hopefully not scare them too much.
We'll see about that.
They're going to be terrified.
We'll see about that.
I'm blue, ba dee ba da, and ba dee ba da. Anyway, thank you to all who were present and hanging out. We'll see you next time.
We'll catch you in the next one. Thanks everyone. You guys
Bye.
all have a good night, day, etc., and we'll catch you next time.